prepare for trouble.
And make it double-double.
To protect the world from devastation. To ignite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Ash.
Misty.
And Brock.
Duplica. That's right.
Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light.
Surrender now or prepare to fight all of us.
Pika pika.
Welcome to Speak Geek, your weekly video game podcast. I'm Pedro.
I'm George.
I'm Burnley.
I'm Travis, and we got a special guest with us today, guys. George, would you like to introduce him?
He's one of our reviewers. It's the, wild and crazy JR.
Hey, everybody.
So
Wild and crazy?
That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Bias.
It works because now everyone's going to know JR as wild and crazy when they read his review right now. All right, let's start the news off, guys. All right, so the beginning thing I had was that THQ is individually going to sell its assets off, in which had Warner Brothers, EA, all these guys interested. But then THQ all changed that news, and they were like, hey, no, we're not going to do that. Actually, we're just going to go do a wholesale. So whoever buys them gets everything, pretty much.
Wow. So it's not like when Midway was bought by Warner Brothers. They only kind of chose.
Yeah, that's what it was rumored to be like. But they changed that yesterday because I guess the courts spoke out about it, and then so did THQ, and they're like, no, you get the wholesale. You have to purchase one of us, or you just get it all. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, it makes sense because you get the whole it allows them to be the whole studio from now on.
I agree with that.
They get to keep all their assets together.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, just interesting. Something to.
What IPs does THQ even have?
They sold off their biggest one. Well, not one of their bigger ones, which is UFC. EA bought that last year or like 2 years ago, and we have yet to see that game, but that was one of the big ones.
Their biggest stuff has to be from WWE.
But I know their biggest stuff is Saints Row. Saints Row the Third.
Saints Row the Third.
That shipped 5 million units, and I think it sold 3 million. But not only that, they were supposed to get the expansion Enter the Dominatrix. Whatever it was. All right. It was a gag that they had running in the game, and they just straight up were like, nope, that's no longer DLC. That's now a full-fledged game. Because now THQ is like riding on these sales of that. I mean, it's true it's probably been expanded since then, but I mean they were hurting. So whoever buys them gets that. And then their next big one is, I don't know if it's really too big yet, but it's the Darksiders franchise. I don't know.
Oh, they have the Dark.
I mean that I don't know how much 2 sold, but it must not have sold enough because they said it needed to like sell 3 or 4 million.
It didn't sell that well. It did sell. I think it did sell better than the first. Just because it's a phenomenal game.
Oh, Darksiders 2 is so good. If you guys follow me on Twitter, listen, I have nothing but good things to say about 2. I didn't like 1, but 2 was phenomenal. 2 is blowing my mind right now, literally. All right, number 2 on the list, we had Borderlands 2 DLC 1 and 2 is going to disc. What that is that's a Mr. Torque's Carnage campaign, I think it was, and then the first one, which is Pirate Booty.
Pirate Booty.
Yeah, those 2 are going to get a disc release sometime here this year, which, I don't know, I think it's kind of stupid and lame. But
It's too early. I mean, they did the same thing with Borderlands 1, but I say just wait until the Gold of the Year edition, release them all together.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but they've kind of hinted that they're going to do Season 2 because Borderlands 2 is so successful. Not only that, but they've had the DLC, I'm sure, sell extremely well. At least the Season Passes, I'm sure, sold.
Well, the Season Pass is only like $30, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you get all 4 DLC for this game.
And how much? Wait, what's the MSRP on?
They're $10. They're $10. Yeah, they're $10 each. So
no. The physical release. How much is that gonna be?
I don't think they've announced it. It's probably gonna be like $20-$25, but then you gotta pay tax on that as well. So I don't think that's.
It'd make more sense just to buy a Season Pass.
Yeah. But I mean, then again, I guess maybe the good thing is you can pass it because the way it works is if you get the DLC disc, you just put it in and it downloads to your drive. There's no keys, no license, nothing needed. Just installs. And I'm sure maybe you can pass it to your friends.
You can, because that's what I did.
I did that with the Fallout disc. That's how I bought Fallout Game of the Year, and the second disc was like all the DLC.
Didn't I give you my DLC disc, George?
Yeah, I got all the DLC for Borderlands 1.
Yeah.
All of it.
All right.
Free.
Nice, right?
Wow.
Free 99.
$3.99. I like that.
99.
All right. The third item we got on the list is Tomb Raider officially has multiplayer. This was hinted at
No.
last week.
Why? Why does everything
Is it really
have to have
Is
multiplayer?
that really a why, or is like, do you really care?
I don't.
Well, I mean, it could be similar to like the Dead Space 2 multiplayer, where no one wanted it and they shoehorned it in there, and now no one's playing that multiplayer.
In a
but
world
I'm
where
not just talking
Bioshock
about
Infinite doesn't have multiplayer,
Yeah.
then nothing else should have fucking multiplayer.
I'm not really just talking about the multiplayer, about like Tomb Raider. I haven't really cared about Tomb Raider since I was like 10. So
Yeah, I was gonna say something similar with that. You know, Tomb Raider. At least I don't think it hasn't been to where it's been since PS1. Really, PS1 was the last time where it was like the hugest. It was
Yeah.
a big thing. It was just like, hey,
Agreed.
you played Tomb Raider? Yeah, it was spectacular. Ever since then, I haven't really, I haven't been interested. I haven't known very many people even interested in Tomb Raider. So when I see Tomb Raider, even with multiplayer, I think they're just trying to spark it up again. They're trying to get Tomb Raider. They're trying to get more people to play. Hey, I'm going to get Tomb Raider. You should get it. We can play together. That whole thing. I think that's what it is.
To be honest with you, I always thought they were just very, very mediocre games. Even in PS1 days, I thought they looked terrible. I don't know. Like I really don't know what
They were the
well, I guess I
original-
can understand the appeal. I just
They-
don't like the.
They were just the
Like
original Indiana Jones games, like the
Yeah.
whole that Discover
Yeah,
thing.
Fair enough. Yeah,
And then-
I guess you could say
But the
that.
thing that sucks is for people who play PlayStation, they've been now spoiled with Uncharted if they played it because they pretty much took that whole kind of a genre, the exploring shooting thing,
And they perfected
and
it,
they perfected that. And
This poses the problem of Tomb Raider coming in with basically everything that Uncharted already has
Yeah.
to offer.
Ah.
So it could, be simply branded as a ripoff of Uncharted,
It
even
could.
though Tomb Raider originally was.
yeah,
It came out first.
The big sale is probably gonna be on the Xbox 360 for that game because it's gonna be like because
Yeah.
like I said, PS3 you're gonna have the Uncharted and you're gonna have those fans that are like, no, that game's a knockoff of Uncharted, but then you're gonna have the Xbox 360 people who never really played a game like that,
Right.
Because a lot of people just have one console, so those people are gonna be excited to have this whole treasure hunting
Now,
game. Maybe.
does anyone know if that's actually like a reboot? Is that supposed to be Lara Croft in the video, or is it like her daughter or something?
It's a reboot. It's entirely it's a whole new reboot. That's why the videos that they kind of posted of the first gameplay, the developers
Right.
are speaking about the reason why they have multiplayer in this one is because of the fact of it's a reboot. They're like, we're trying to
Gotcha.
start a fresh series with it. We have a fresh multiplayer take, which looks identical to Uncharted's multiplayer.
This is supposed to be
But-
her like first like exploration thing.
Oh, before she got
That's
all.
why she's getting messed
big
up.
cojones.
That's why she,
Well, again,
I don't know.
I guess that's that whole multiplayer again. They're just trying to spark up the interest again since it died off a long time ago.
Yeah.
From what I know, from what I've seen, it hasn't been Tomb Raider hasn't been Tomb Raider for a while. It just hasn't. It hasn't been the same. And I think this in general, just I know a lot of people they're gonna start talking about why even have multiplayer on Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, the original one didn't have multiplayer. I think that just sparks up that that argument in general. Why put multiplayer in certain games that don't really need it sometimes? Like, you have plenty of games that you can call out that just, it seems like they're obvious single player games with tacked on multiplayer and it's never as good and you're just kind of like, why? It makes no sense.
Yeah, well, they just do it so that when you turn the box art around, it says with multiplayer to
Well,
co-op.
it also keeps you to hold on to that copy because now instead of trading that game in, you now have it a bit longer. That's all.
I
Because they
suppose.
want compared to the guy who gets it for the first week, just trades it back in at the end of that first release week.
Mhm.
Now you have another person that's going to purchase that game used because they're going to be a sucker who is dumb and they don't realize, oh, I'm saving $5 when I could just pay $5 more and get a brand new game. But they're going to buy it, and now the developer loses money, which then in the end hurts the game industry. Is the big question. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, well, look, still on Tomb Raider, I don't want to judge a book by its cover because the game's not out yet. I have not played a demo. I don't even know if the demo's out. But honestly, the trailer itself, to me, it made me not want to even play it because they made her look so pathetic. I mean, she's getting thrown down waterfalls. She's getting hit by arrows, and she's just like every like 10 seconds it seems she's getting hurt or crying.
Well, see-
and it's almost like who did the Metroid game on the Wii?
The Metro 8.
Other M.
Oh,
Was it Team Ninja? Team
Metroid,
Ninja?
yeah, Team Ninja. the Ninja
Yeah,
fighting
like
guys.
they rebooted her in a sense as well. They told Samus's backstory.
Oh yeah, that was
But
terrible.
Samus was always like this awesome like chick, you know, like that was so cool. Like you just wanted to hang out with her, and you know she'd kick with the guys. But they made her seem so feminine and so like wimpy, and she had daddy complex issues, and it just kind of ruined everything for me. And this is kind of what this Tomb Raider is looking at to me. Like Brittany said that, you know, it's her story, her first mission, but I don't know. I almost have no like respect for her because she seems so pathetic.
I'm with you. That's why in the last episode we talked about that's not one of my 2013 excited games. I'm not. I mean, I'll pick it up probably when it's on sale or borrow it from some friends, but I just
Gamefly that.
yeah, Gamefly. That's We'll hopefully have the website up so the review is live. Moving on to the next one, we got Valve. Valve sort of officially has announced their Steam box. They partnered with Burnley might be able to know a little more on this because he's the PC guy, but they partnered with XI3 from what I read as the company to kind of bring forth the Steam box and kind of get it into people's living rooms. I mean, that's all I really got. There's really no complex concrete information on it. It's just Gabe Newell himself commented saying it will for sure run Linux, and it's pretty much in development. They just
Nice.
no, it'll run big picture mode, all that kind of stuff. Nothing really else on that one. Anything else? No. All right.
I'm excited about that just because it's gonna be kind of cool to see another competing system on the market, because that's definitely gonna compete. Like
I was saying, I do. We grew up with Nintendo all the way, pretty much, and we saw systems come and go, systems competing, and then Sega,
Dreamcast.
Sega.
that's why I'm excited because there's a
Dreamcast
Sega
is
back,
just-
you know.
The Steam box is gonna appeal to a certain audience for the first few years. Honestly,
It's gonna appeal to the PC audience, as Bernard said.
I don't know, because
well, no, I don't see how they're gonna market that to people. Like, what are they gonna say? Hey guys, you like your you're hardcore gamers for PC? Yeah, we got that high res stuff, right? We don't got Mario, we don't got God of War, we don't got these games that are Gears of War, but we got all the other games at high res on your TV.
I don't know.
PC.
I think.
I don't know how they're gonna market.
Well,
that.
here's what they should do. I mean, they might not, but I think if they just marketed it with the games, even $15 less than a regular release, which is $60, I think they could grab in a bunch of audiences. I could see me, 6-year-old Pedro, convincing my parents to get that system just because the games are cheaper.
I could see my dad saying. So my dad, I wanted a GameCube at the time that it came out because everybody, I was always late for consoles. I always had the console like a year before the next generation was gonna come out. So I was always late to the party, and I wanted a GameCube because I would always play. I was always go to the community center and play Melee with everybody.
Snookums, get out of here.
So we're going to Toys R Us, and we're all like, yeah, I want the GameCube. As soon as we get there was a PS1 on sale, and it wasn't the fat one. It's back then when the smaller PS1 came out.
Super super thin
the
one.
small
The one.
came out. Yeah.
It was called
the
one,
PS1.
right? Yeah, but it was called
Yeah.
one instead of PSX, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the PS1 it was there, and it was on special, and it came with like 2 games or something. My dad's all like, "Look, you get 2 games with this, and this one's really cool. It's nice and small and stuff like that. And it costs a lot less. You could totally you're gonna have fun with this. You want this one or do you want the GameCube?" Man, I was stupid. I was all like, "No, you right. I'll take the PS1." I took the PS1.
Oh man, yeah, he did sucker.
I regretted it.
Your dad is good.
Yeah,
He did sucker you out. He did sucker you out of that one, man.
Yeah, he
GameCube.
did.
I bought the GameCube at the very end of its life because my brothers and I we got our money together, and it was GameStop was doing a sale. It was like $50 for a used GameCube, 2 controllers and a memory card. Yeah, it was at the end of the life. Like the new next gen was just coming out.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, so we're like, all right. So my brothers and I got our money together and we bought a GameCube, and that system was so good because then we picked up Resident Evil 4,
was tight.
and we got Smash Brothers Melee. Like, man, that console.
That
didn't
console was fun.
They did a great job on it, but they just were late to the party on that one because PlayStation was dominating that generation.
Oh yeah.
Xbox was picking up steam. because Halo was out at this point,
Oh.
so everyone was doing the LAN parties. I mean, it was.
That was fun.
I think Xbox, the biggest thing that they had, or why I think they really picked up steam quick was because of Xbox Live.
Oh yeah.
Easily. I was like, Xbox Live, they came out and, I had friends, I got an Xbox, I literally got it, I bought a used Xbox when I had mine, but I got it just for Xbox Live. That's all I get it, that's all I got it for. And, it was really awesome. Too bad that Xbox was, the guy who I bought it from trying to jip me, but that thing broke down fast. But,
I'm sorry.
I know, rest in peace, my old Xbox.
I'll give you a refund.
Yeah.
But it was I thought it was spectacular. I think that just that with this Steam box, the Steam box, I guess just how George was saying earlier, it's just how they market it. It's gonna be very difficult to market something that's just so much like a PC. It's too much like a PC. You're gonna this is what they have to tell them. Okay, you're gonna buy this console, and you can upgrade the parts, or you might have to upgrade the parts at some point in order to play certain games, because you're gonna have to upgrade.
They
the parts.
do that. That's gonna be like shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, you're gonna
Like
have
Sega
to upgrade
CD.
the parts. I think they're gonna do that just for the fact that that's more money for them, for the people that buy them, because the people that are gonna buy them, like the hardcore gamers type stuff, they're gonna upgrade the parts anyways. If they're just like PC gamers, they're gonna do it anyway. That's not a problem. It's the people that just the regular people, the casual gamers, or not even the gamers at all, the people that just want to have a console. Just to, for media, just to watch movies, to listen to music. That's gonna be the problem. I know the Steam box, it looks like it's gonna be able to do a lot of things, but I don't see it. Although I think it's gonna be great, and I'm probably gonna get one. I don't see it selling too well just with the casual people. I really don't. I need to see what they're gonna do with it. I need to see what exactly what they're gonna do to sell the regular people on it. Because if they don't do anything, I really don't see it going too far. It's gonna, to me, I see it being like the Dreamcast, where I love the Dreamcast, but it died. It died too fast.
Quick.
It died really fast.
Quick.
I'm sorry, if anybody ever played Dreamcast, Power Stone, anybody like Power Stone Wars, that game was ridiculous.
Where's Dwayne? Where's Dwayne?
Got that Power Stone.
It's true.
Where's Dwayne?
It's too good.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. There's nothing on it. This is just all, speculation and stuff going on. All right. Final news we have here that we finally get to after that long Steambox conversation is, I think the one that everyone's kind of excited for is that Pokemon XY was announced this week.
Woot.
Yeah.
Woot.
Yeah.
Woot.
I
Collective woot.
don't know. This must be you guys, but I was kind of like,
You were out of it, weren't you?
No.
You weren't really a Pokemon guy.
I enjoyed the Pokemon, but I enjoyed it up to yellow, and then after that I got bored of it because it was.
What does that mean? Oh,
Red, blue,
I
yellow.
started the race, but like 10 feet later, I was like, nay.
No, it's like I started the race and I got to the
You
end.
didn't like yellow?
No, I loved yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yellow is phenomenal. So I'm saying I got to yellow, and then gold, and I think silver were the next ones that came out, right?
Gold and silver.
I borrowed those from my friend, and then I
Phenomenal.
stopped halfway through because it was yet again Pokemon all over. It's like Mario. I'm playing the same thing. All right, and then I stopped for a few years, and I got the
You guys
DS.
don't see, but Burnley looks like he's about to.
Yeah, he's about to like cry. And then I picked up Platinum on the DS. All right, I love Platinum. It was a great game. I haven't played it for years. Big update to the graphics. I thought I got all 456 Pokemon, like even the secret
hell is wrong
Pokemon.
with you?
All right, I did it all.
God damn.
Even I didn't do that.
I had like I think 120 hours on that game over easily. I played that game all day because I wanted to make sure I got the best Pokemon experience, and I did. And now maybe I just burnt myself out, but I just don't care.
Oh, I think you did.
I just don't care.
Yeah, I think you did.
Well,
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna kind of piggyback on what Travis said. I'm kind of burnt out on Pokemon as well, but I don't know why. I don't know. It's kind of like how he said that. Was it Burnley? He said last week that just because like it's Kingdom Hearts, he'll go back to it. Doesn't matter. That's kind of how I am with Pokemon. Like it's almost like I don't know what it is. Like yeah, I just go back to it, and I know that it's like the same thing, same formula. And when I found out that this one was coming out, I was excited. But as excited as I was always also like, oh, so they're finally doing it. They're finally doing 3D, and then it hit me. I'm gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna buy it on release day. I'm not gonna run towards this thing. Like I'll buy it when it drops. What am I saying? It's not gonna drop price. It's gonna stay a constant $40. But like I'm gonna buy it. But yeah, I was just like, it was too late. It was too late. They could have easily done these graphics and all this stuff during the DS launch, easily. But instead, they kept giving us these like dumb little features, like now the sprites can move, now they can blink, now they can move around like this. Now you can do Street Pass battles and stuff like that. But like, or not Street Pass, but well, it was kind of like Street Pass, right? It was like IR battles or whatever. Yeah. But I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I'm like Travis. I'm kind of burnt out. I'm just kind of going back to it, almost like if it's a game my little brother released. I'm like, I'll buy it. Don't worry, to support you. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe that I feel like a lot of people say they're burnt out on the whole Pokemon thing, and I can see where they're coming from, but there are plenty of games out there that have the same formula, and people buy them. They eat them up. They buy them, and I don't understand how Pokemon is one of those that
Well, it's easy. It's because it looks like a kid's game. That's the thing. Look, if Mario was the same formula, but Mario looked like Venom, I guarantee you half the people that complain wouldn't be complaining about it. It's just that it looks like a kid's game, and yeah, it's basically that. It's just it looks like a kid's game, and people are like, grow up, move on with your life, go on to Call of Duty, be a man, drop the Pokemon stuff,
Well, I think the big thing about that statement is more or less saying that, for me at least, Mario it was a fun game, like Pedro said back when we were younger. Now it's the same thing. I went over to one of my buddy's places, and he has the new Super Mario Brothers Wii U. So we all got to play. Yeah, guess what? You still don't get to use the controller. Like if you're playing the 4-player co-op, you have to use the Wii mode. The only person, if you want to use the controller, you're just gonna put the little stupid blocks on the screen.
And stuff.
So it's like, great, thanks Nintendo. Now I have this awesome controller, and I get to put blocks on my screen while I have to use the freaking Wii mode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. So we're playing the game, and yeah, it's fun. It's got co-op, but it's so chaotic. And if you lose your friends, they die. If you go too fast, you could die because they're not moving fast enough. You could throw your friends in a pit. It gets so chaotic, and it's fun, but you don't progress anywhere. Like, it took us forever just to get past World 1 because we just couldn't cooperate because someone was taking their time, or they didn't get the right jump because it didn't come out right because the screen's moving. One guy's moving straight. One guy's on a jump back here. It's too much.
There's so much fun. I pointed
sounds
that
fun
out.
to me.
As soon as I played it at E3, I pointed that out. That because I was playing with the pad, with the Wii U pad. Yeah, I was playing with the Wii U pad. And I was like, I'm gonna try New Super Mario Brothers, and I was playing with this guy, just some random guy, and I'm putting blocks. I'm all like, is this really all I can do? I'm like just there, really just pressing the button. I was like, this is lame. And then you could also get those you could get, obviously, when you're playing with friends or family or stuff like that, you could either have that, what you were saying, Travis, like you just couldn't, like you guys had a hard time just like getting through the world. Well, I suppose you could always also get like some, douche, just straight up, just like, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it. And then he just jumps into it. Just like, oh, damn.
Which I did have at E3. One of the guys I had, I was playing with it, and he had jump, and he'd put it right above me. So I go, right in the pit. It was like, so I'm sitting here playing. I'm like, you son of a bitch! Like this is a demo, and I don't play this.
I think that's actually fun. That
I agree.
You're not talking about your okay, but besides that, we kind of have to. I think we're trained for too long to actually like think of this sense of progress as the actual fun of the game.
Yes, exactly.
And, like for anybody coming in, like say someone outside of the sphere of gamers, like they may enjoy that, like if I'm playing with my sister and she all of a sudden just like, if I put a block and like screw her over, that's fun for me because I like that.
Right.
But then that may be fun for her too. It's just something to laugh at.
Yeah,
and we need to really like.
I'm
we need to
with
be
you.
open to that.
I'm totally with you on that. Like it's fun just to screw around, but I think it's more or less coming with my old age because I'm so old now, people. That I have to feel accomplished. Like I mean, even when I was younger, I played a lot of games more alone because I mean, a lot of my friends play video games, but not as much as I did out of my friends. So I would play by myself, and in some way I would have to feel accomplished for what I did, because if I just spent 4 hours playing this game, maybe it's from a lot of my parents yelling at me, "You're playing stupid games, don't waste your life." But but it was that whole concept that if I didn't achieve something, I just felt like I wasted the day. I mean, I played Smash Brothers, did all that back in the day, and where I waste hours doing nothing and just killing friends. But now, I feel I have to achieve something. And like I said, I don't know if that's because of achievements, because of old age, because I have things to do. I have work. I have other responsibilities that if I just sit down and play for an hour and a half and I find out I went nowhere in this level because I was too busy jumping in a pit doing nothing, then I have a personal feeling like I just wasted my day. I'm like,
no, and I understand. I feel the exact same way with some stuff, and like especially like with a lot of games that I play now. It's like, oh well, I'm trying to beat the story. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to like get this achievement, whatever it may be, and it's something that we were trained to do. But maybe it's a good thing that there are games coming out that for people that don't have that same experience. Maybe it's a good thing we don't have like save points.
Well, I think
that
maybe just for what you described, that's maybe why you no longer enjoy Pokemon. Once you beat the story, you have to be really willing to go and do your own thing, level things up, do the extra side things, their contests, their this and that, and I think you really have to enjoy it. Again, circling back to the Pokemon thing, I think it's gonna be great. Just from looking at it,
it looks
phenomenal.
Great. It looks phenomenal. The big jump from the last game to this game,
it's huge.
The graphics are phenomenal. It looks beautiful. The thing is that I am still burnt on Pokemon games. I played the first 2 gens, like red, blue, and then gold and silver.
Yeah.
I dropped out of Sapphire and Ruby and Emerald, and also I started kind of coming back when Diamond and Pearl came out, and then Heart Gold Soul Silver. Obviously, I got them just because they were remakes of like my favorite Pokemon games on portable consoles.
That's why I got them.
And
I torrented those.
I think
Nice.
I think that I look forward to this game, but I also still feel burnt out. I feel that they had. I mean, considering that Pokemon is really big on the console, they're not going to stop making it. I think that they did come out that this game is coming out too early though.
I agree. I agree. No, I agree that it's coming out too early. You're talking. No, he's right. I mean, you have Black and White that came out. Black and White 2. I'm sorry. That came out in October, November. That's ridiculous. You're giving it a year, and it's just a completely
new roster.
But isn't this game coming out in October?
Yes,
October. That's a whole year.
That's a year. Yeah,
that's just a year for another generation.
You had
we have a Call of Duty every year, right?
Yeah, but you're talking about like like Diamond and Pearl came out, then it was Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which just went back. So I really didn't feel gypped because I was like, it had some new things, but I honestly played every single Pokemon game. I played every single, well, at least for the ones for the portable games. Every single one. I played all of them from red, blue, just every single one. And I've noticed the differences and the changes in the mechanics they've had in every single one. And I think that's why I haven't been burnt out. Because every time that I pick up the new one, given, people that just kind of get back to it, like, just randomly, they won't really notice the difference. But somebody who's, changed, who's followed every single one, I can tell. I'm like, this is really awesome. Do you see what they did there? I feel like not a lot of people will notice that. Well, I'm gonna pick it up just for the sheer fact that the new roster of Pokemon means a whole new set of things when you're battling people. You're talking about there's already 400 and something, 476, something like that. I don't even know the number anymore.
I think it's over 500 already.
No,
they're like at 600.
You're
2 million.
No, it's 600. You're right. No, you're right.
2 million with the last region, right?
No, you're right. Like
there's like Pika Blue, Pika Red.
But I just think that I think it's gonna be great. And again, what I was talking about before we started this, but how they came up with the XY name. It sounds really awesome. How the planes, the X and the Y plane, and the possibility of a Z special edition. So the XYZ plane,
it makes it 3D for the 3DS. Yeah,
the 3DS. So I think that's brilliant. It's perfect. I don't know. I don't know if they did.
Now we have to see
if they actually go through that. I don't know if
the Pokemon look. That's the most important thing. How they look.
They look good. The 2 legendaries that came out and the 3 starters that they showed, they look good to me. A frog water starter.
I'm not sure if I like the deer legendary looking one.
Deer Alga.
Deer Alga. Deergia Do-O.
Look, all I want, and I think obviously a lot of people out there, I think all we want is another console Pokemon game.
Yeah, speaking of
Another console Pokemon game.
Speaking
That
of-
is what we need.
speaking of those graphics,
Pokemon Stadium
put
3.
those on the Vita or something like that. Let's see those graphics. Sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna agree.
Pokemon Snap 2, Pokemon Stadium 3.
Pokemon Snap 2, man. That
I don't know, George. You said the game looked gorgeous. I honestly wasn't blown away by the
No,
graphics
man,
at all.
the-
The cinematics,
difference-
the cinematics looked awesome,
difference.
but the end game, like the hub and
The
everything, it
difference,
looked
did you
really
not-
lame
No,
to me.
man.
It looked
No,
lame,
man.
considering that I saw the graphics for like Kingdom Hearts, like on the 3DS, and
Nice.
it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like
It's-
Pokemon.
it's-
It
talking
did
about
I want to
real
say
games here,
I want to say it's got to be like the that's. I want to say that's got to be. I want to say it's got to be more or less because the engine they're using, like they're not using an advanced, like they're like Minecraft. They don't really care to have those advanced graphics, and they're just slowly tweaking it. Like, oh hey, we got the same graphics we've had, but now it's in 3D
but that's
somewhere.
The thing is that I don't understand because going from black and white to X and Y, it's huge. The graphics difference, it just looks gorgeous. I looked at. I was amazed. I can't see why.
I think
that we're
it's just
seeing different
because
things,
you're putting
apparently.
a sprite next to a 3D
I
model,
say, I
and
think-
you're getting kind of.
I don't
Like,
know.
I
We'll-
don't know
we'll-
what the word would be, but
We'll have to like break that down or something like that. But I mean,
So, seeing as that we're on this Pokemon, who is your guys' favorite Pokemon out there?
oh geez, got to be
Ronald
Who is your
Reagan.
favorite? Ronald Reagan.
Ronald
I didn't know
Reagan
this.
Smash.
he's in Gold and Silver. Right?
Reagan Smash, Reagan Tide.
If I can't go Chikorita, then I'll go Bulbasaur.
Oh,
Or
man.
a Chikorita riding a Bulbasaur.
Gotta be,
That's like my dream Pokemon.
gotta be Dragonite for me. I love that dragon. Even though you had to trade the damn thing to get it to evolve, that was so. I hated that stupid rule. But Dragonite. for me.
Dragonite? He evolved at level 55.
Was that it?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
You're talking about like me, where I had to trade my Haunter to turn into a
Oh,
Gengar.
the Haunter Gengar thing. That's what.
Gengar's my favorite.
Ah.
Machoke. Those three.
Gollum. Wasn't it Gollum too?
Gollum.
From Graveler.
Yeah.
And Victory Bill. Or
Oh
wasn't
God,
it?
some of them
Yeah.
are dumb.
I have to say Poliwrath. Poliwrath easily my favorite. You know, he's really underlooked in a lot of places, but you know what? He's my boy. It's all good.
He's up and coming.
He's up and coming. You know, watch out. You know, watch out. He's my boy. Poliwrath buys his album soon. He's coming out.
Can't wait to hear the new album.
Really?
Oh man, Clefable.
Clefable?
Yeah, that's
What
my favorite.
the-
Clefable. Isn't that Clefairies of all fun?
Yeah.
With the Moonstone, right?
Yeah, man.
You know
Oh,
what? You
man.
would be a Clefable if you were a
Wouldn't
Pokemon.
I actually
I can see you as a Clefable.
I figured it more as a Wigglytuff.
Yeah, you're a Wigglytuff.
That's fine.
Yeah, he likes them all, huh?
And a good singer too.
But it doesn't come out as good. You know, you got Jigglypuff. That would just work perfectly. Jigglypuff. But then you got Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff. Doesn't sound as good.
You know, I did not expect you to say Clefable. You may be the only one out there.
Well, what about Execute? Is that his name? Exitar?
Execute?
Execute and Executor.
Yeah. there
Yeah,
you
where
go.
it's just the stupid eggs.
Just
like
a bunch of eggs,
Oh,
which is even
God.
weirder since they come from eggs. He hatches and there's 6 eggs in there,
Yeah.
and one of them's broken.
the dumbest of the. Oh man, there's so many dumb.
That has to be, I guess, the lowest. Not. I guess the design-wise goes the lowest of the first.
I don't know.
150
I
Pokemon.
still think, like I told you guys, my theory on how they chose Pokemon, it would be they're sitting around at a table. Some dude walks in the office and like, he's eating ice cream Pokemon.
I agree.
He's got eggs in his hands. Put him. Oh, these 6 eggs. Egg cute. There we go. Egg Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke one. You broke one. Nah, we leave it that way. We'll leave it that way.
Just leave it that way. I like it. It makes him look like he's a badass now because he has a crack in his head.
He's a trouble child.
They're watching Jersey Shore. Snorlax.
Maybe that's where Sneaky got a name from, you know?
Sounds good.
Oh, that's great.
Burnley.
I think it's Burnley's laugh that always sets us off on these things.
I love Burnley.
I think we all do.
He's my favorite Pokemon.
The Burnley. What would his
Burnley.
Burnley Smash. So you guys going to that? You guys plan anything new this week? I mean, it's only been a few days since we recorded our last episode. Like, what do you guys? You guys do anything new? Just kind of hanging out now?
I actually started playing New Super Mario Brothers 2.
You son of a
Don't
bitch.
all hate me. Don't
You
all hate
son
me.
of a
My
bitch.
little brother got it. Started playing it.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty fun. I
I
can't
said-
say anything else
Like I said,
about it.
I don't mind the co-op in those games. I don't want like the listeners to think I hate Nintendo. I love Nintendo. They have great stuff, but it's the fact that like I said, maybe it's because I'm just getting older. I like some innovation. I mean, I mean,
I just don't want it to be, it's just the same. Though I love more so like Mario Galaxy than I do the new Super Mario Bros.
Yes, Mario Galaxy was phenomenal because that's something like they changed
Game made me
it.
cry.
They changed that. It was so cool. And
So
then for the
great.
new Super Mario Brothers, it's just going back to that 2D formula. Like I said, I like it. It's not bad. It works, but I don't know. Like I said, I grew up with new Super Mario Brothers, or not Super Mario Brothers World on the Super Nintendo.
Nintendo, if you're listening, Super Mario Galaxy sequel, please, in HD.
Oh, God.
I will go buy a Wii U right now if you announce that.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
not lying.
Totally.
I'm not lying.
So what do you
playing, George?
What am I playing? That's new, and anything that's new.
Just what do you play?
Oh well, actually, I'm actually leveling up in Halo 4 right now because I loaned it out for quite a while. So Halo 4 to level it up. I think Burnley's copy got disburnt, so rest in peace.
Yeah.
For me, I got a PlayStation All Stars and Darksiders 2 because I picked up Darksiders 2 in the Steam sale. So I'm chipping away at that game, which is fun. But I picked up PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale because if people know, I do enjoy PlayStation a bit more than Xbox, and that game actually is pretty good. It's
good.
Surprising.
That's all I could say. It's good.
You know, maybe it's because I don't play it on the console. I've been playing that on the Vita.
Oh.
Like, I enjoy it on the go. So, like, wherever I am, I'll just pick up a game, jump in, and then turn it off.
It should be renamed Super Smash Bros. PlayStation Edition.
That covers it. It should, but...
I wish that's what it was.
All right.
Yeah.
Super Smash PlayStation Edition?
Yeah.
That actually
What
works.
you been playing, Burnley, huh?
The last couple of days?
Faster than light.
FTL.
No, I haven't actually. Well, I haven't played.
Don't lie to me. I just saw you on Steam the other day.
Well, I played, that was like Sunday or whatever, right? The day we recorded the cast. No, like I was playing Bean's Quest. You ever played Bean's Quest?
You play the weirdest game.
That's good.
I see that all the time.
He's that indie guy.
Well, no, it's on Android and iOS. It's a pretty good game. It's like you have this Mexican jumping bean, and he jumps.
That's not racist at all.
And,
They have mustaches.
Yes.
I knew it. I knew it.
Anyway, it's fun. You jump around and you try to like beat a time, and like or like there's a par for a course, like so you have to jump. You try to beat a level in like say like 10 jumps,
Right.
or something like that.
99
Pretty
cents.
awesome. I think it was $1.99.
All right.
You
But it's
actually
good.
spend money on an iOS or on a mobile game like that?
I always spend. I buy so many apps.
I have never paid for a single app on my phone. I have an
Then you're
iPhone.
missing out. Dude.
No,
There's
I'm not
so many
missing
good
out
no,
because they go
yes,
on sale. They go on sale for free. Look at this.
You don't go on
Alright.
sale for free.
They do. Here, let me name this drop.
Free isn't a sale.
They go on sale. I just got Rayman Run, which was voted iOS Game of the Year last year for free because it was given to me from the Starbucks codes. I got Mayhem something because that was an Adult Swim game they gave away for free during the
Major
sale.
Mayhem?
Yes, Mole Escape, Extinct Squad. I don't know. I can't. They like.
But you
I
don't
know.
have Riding Legacy.
oh god.
Riding
Or
Legacy.
Bean's
Oh,
Quest.
so
Or Monsters
cut
Ate
the
My
rope.
Condo.
Cut the
You ever
rope
play
1 and
that
2.
one?
No, I got Cut the Rope 1 and 2 for free.
Oh,
I got
Cut the Rope, man.
Plants-
Oh, Monsters Ate My Condo.
Blasphemy.
Plants vs Zombies for free. I got Infinity Blade 1 and 2 for free because they put them up for free one
Alright,
week.
that's a pretty
All right,
good
Monkey Island 1 and 2 special editions.
Well, I don't
All
buy
right.
sales like that. Usually, if it's
Yeah.
a sale, it's like 25 cents.
All right,
It's
well,
30 cents.
well, I got mine for free.
Oh, ain't that cute?
Never pay
Ain't
for it.
that cute?
Well, either way, I've been playing Bean's Quest. What have you been playing?
Like, we got
Junior.
JR. Junior right here.
Ethnic cleansing.
Right now, I'm actually going back to Pokemon Conquest. That game
Oh.
is really good. No, yeah,
I want to play that.
you should pick it up. I really recommend it. I was kind of skeptical at first. I picked it up. It was great. It's phenomenal. At least I think so. I when I got it, I had a hard time trying to find it because it was sold out everywhere that I went. All the GameStops, all the Best Buys, they were all gone. So I luckily got the last one at a Best Buy when I bought it. But I'm getting back into it and I do that and Ultimate Marvel. I'm getting back in. Just done that constantly. So we get that.
Cool.
All right. Well, I think it's time for our second version of Pedro himself, our man Pedro, guys. That's right. Pedro. You guys see this? Pedro.
Let's bring in Pedro Constantopoulos in here.
We're bringing him in, everybody, for our second episode, or our second game of Poison Mushroom, if you will, Pedro.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you.
And now it's time to play everyone's favorite game, Poison Mushroom, with your host, Pedro Constantopoulos.
Oh, mamma mia.
Anyways, welcome back to Poison Mushroom. This is week 2 in Poison Mushroom. Last week we tackled the subject of offensive games. But this week, we're going to go with the strange and weird games released out. The games that made me question, why are these games... Why do these games exist?
This
Why?
sounds like fun, actually.
Why do they all exist?
This sounds like fun.
So the rules are the same as last week. 6 of these games. Only 1 of these is not a real game. I'm going to tell you the games. You can ask me as many questions about each game as you want. Any question you want whatsoever. I'll try to answer it the best I can. So going first, we're going to have Socks, The Cat Rocks the Hill. It's a game for the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. It stars Bill Clinton's cat, Socks. And it's a platforming adventure in which he has to make his way past spies, crooked politicians, and the media to warn the White House of a missile that's going to destroy the Earth. All the game's bosses are Republicans like Richard Nixon and George W. Bush.
Wow, that's pretty interesting,
So that's our first game. It's called Socks, The Cat Rocks the Hill.
That sounds way too just complex in order, for it not to be a game. It sounds too like somebody came up with that. I can tell it's way too put together. I don't believe that. It's not random enough to be a fake game. I don't buy that.
Up next we have I guess I could put it in the Japanese. Super Galdelikawa. Because it has an exclamation point. or in English, Super Galdelic Hour. It's published in Enix in 2001 for the PlayStation 2. It involves 4 animals that transform into very scantily clad women. And it's very much like a Mario Party game, except the purpose of every game is not so much to win as to make the women jiggle as much as possible. Includes their breasts and their boobs, whatnot. That's Super Galdelic Hour.
Okay, this better be real. This better be a real one. I'll be very upset.
And when you pass the rounds, you win money in order to get your characters even more scantily clad clothes.
This sounds like a very sexy.
My favorite game from that was actually called Ass Sumo, where it's actually just 2 girls bumping asses together until one falls into the lake.
Nice. That reminds me of those games on the DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball where you had to hit each other's butts until one of you fell in the water.
Yeah. The next game we have is called Akachan wa Oshiri wa Amarisen, or in English, Babies Aren't Delicious. It's an arcade game. It's an arcade game that came out in 2006 by HuCard. It's about a little baby named Jiro, and he needs your help, of course. It's kind of an interesting game, I thought, because it's just a big arcade cabinet, and there's several pads around there, kind of like a drum set. And basically, you'll have enemies coming from those corners, and when you smack that pad, it makes that enemy go away. So as the game progresses, it gets faster, as you can imagine, and more enemies come, like zombies, bears, tigers. And the more you smack the pads, it makes them go away. So towards the end, by level 10, you're just going crazy on these pads, making them go away. It was actually kind of interesting because this game was praised at the 2006 Tokyo Game Show. And it was actually a cult favorite. It spun off into merchandise, keychains, and an OVA, which is an anime.
Yeah. Original video animation. For those who didn't
Thank you. Then we have Hong Kong 97. It's a game made in Japan. It's actually, I should have put this last week because it's a very controversial game.
Nice.
But it's actually a game touted as so bad that it's good. It's basically a player, Asian protagonist, that actually is Jackie Chan.
Nice.
Because they actually use his image. And watching the videos, it's one of the worst games I've ever seen. It's basically
worse than ethnic cleansing?
Yes, because it's basically an asteroids ripoff, but you're a human being, and there's cops or Mao Zedong. I'm not sure which. Yes, thank you. It's him and his army's trying to kill you.
General Mao, man.
General Mao. That makes sense. I always hear him as General Mao. I don't know why I didn't put those two together.
You didn't think of it? That was his full name?
Now it makes sense why I almost failed in school. But basically it's like an asteroids clone, and it's supposed to be really, really difficult. And
All old games are really difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, the older games, you just kept going until you lost.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and there's a lot of really insulting. The game basically curses at you for winning and losing, and it calls you several. I won't even say them, Japanese expletives that aren't nice for winning and losing. And basically, the purpose of the game is to kill this general.
Nice.
Up next, we have Bonga Bonga, or Kanchu Gimu. It's a Japanese game also known as Spankum. It's an arcade game as well. It basically, the object of the game is, it's pretty interesting. The arcade cabinet is actually a pair of butt cheeks and legs. And basically, you choose through different people. You can choose who you want to spank them or perform, or actually the act is called kancho.
There's no way that's real.
It's
no way.
The act is called kancho, which is, you've probably seen it in Naruto a few times, where you take your 2 index fingers and you stick them up someone's butthole. Apparently that's very popular in Japan. Kids do that as a prank. It's like the equivalent of like an open chest to us.
Is it like goosing people where you stick your thumb up the butt?
I've never heard that, but oh my goodness, I'm scared.
What the heck? Yeah, dude.
No, that's just something you do. You know, you got goose.
So yeah, the arcade.
So my childhood was weird then.
So the arcade cabinet is a butt cheek, and basically you there's a wheel, and you choose who you want to put your fingers up. You could do a child molester, you could do your mother-in-law, you could do a teacher you hate, you could do your wife, and basically when
your wife,
and basically
bitch, I hate you.
And basically, and the game actually awards you prizes if you do it hard enough or get a high enough score. It'll give you like keychains of little pieces of shit, or cards that give you your high score.
Nice.
Okay.
Sounds great.
What do I have left here?
How many was those? Is that 5?
That's 5. Oh, I got one last one. Sorry. And the last game is called. Oh man, I threw it back here again. Sorry, listeners. The last game is called Stroker. It's on the Commodore 64. I'm gonna go ahead and let it sit. I let you guys imagine what that game's about for a little bit. But here, I'm gonna tell you what it's about. It's actually. This is actually Commodore 64, people. So this came out in 1983.
Yeah, this is a long.
It's actually a hand job simulator for the Commodore 64 by Magic Carpet Software. Basically, the player controls, a dude jerking off, and the goal in Stroker is to stroke a penis to get it as erect as possible and eventually make it ejaculate before the time limit runs out. When you're close to ejaculating, your penis will flash blue and brown, like in real life. And
your penis flashes blue and brown?
Yeah. And basically, you gotta follow the rhythm or whatever in order to win. And depending how great your fruition is, a black gentleman will come out and then he'll critique you on the quality of your hand job, and that's your score.
All right.
So those are your 6 games of this week. Only one of those games is not real. And I'll go ahead and start the round table with Travis.
I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to call Stroker. Mainly because that game sounds like I know my video game history, and I know Custard's Revenge was the big one from the day.
See, I was going to add that, and I'm like, I know probably Burnley and Travis specifically will know this game, so I did not add it.
So I'm gonna go with Stroker as the fake one because Custard's Revenge was the big controversial game where you were the cowboy who had to make love to the Indian at the end of the screen.
Yes.
Sorry, have sex.
Yeah, he's like tied up to Indian women. Yes.
That's right. It's not making love if the other partner isn't willing.
I guess
Travis.
We
need to have a conversation off air, Travis.
Dang it, why have I been tying all my women up? What the hell? No, I'm going to go with Stroker as my choice here.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the super hour one with the chicks with the animals turning into scantily clad women.
Simply super gadelic hour.
Only because if it's real, I'm gonna get it, and I don't want to have to get that game. So I'm hoping that it's fake. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose that one.
All right. Or you could just talk into this one, Brandon.
Oh man, yeah. Wait, what was the first one that you named off?
The first one,
the Bill Clinton Simulator.
Was Bill Clinton Simulator. The first game was Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill.
And what was the second one?
And the second one was the one that he picked, was Super Galdelic Hour.
What was the third? I just want you to go through them.
No problem. The third one is Babies Aren't Delicious. The fourth one is Hong Kong 97, and then it's Boonga Boonga. which is the
The
butt cheek
spank
one,
one, yeah.
and then Stroker.
Man, Travis's decision makes sense. But I mean, we have a better chance if we all guess one different one.
I'm just trying to picture how Stroker is gonna look at on a Commodore 64. Like, you know, it's like, how the
You're stroking those bits.
Yeah, man.
Get every bit out.
Nice. Good pun. Oh wait, no pun intended.
No pun intended.
Oh man,
Which one?
There's the bongo bongo where you can stop the butt cheeks.
nah, I feel like that one's gotta be real.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Very crazy.
That's exactly my point of view too. It's just
Dang.
like, yeah, Japanese.
No, it's
Possible.
I think it's gotta be Stroker, man.
Stroker. Yeah, Stroker sounds pretty bad. But as soon as you start off with the first one, the socks.
Sucks.
Yeah,
Bill Clinton
that
game?
one sounded really.
It sounded really out there, and I don't know to have other presidents, I mean Republican presidents, as bosses. It's just something like I don't think they would allow to release that. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the first one.
First one. So
Locked in our answers. That's it, guys.
y'all locked them in.
I'm locking it in.
Okay, so George, you went with Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill.
Yes.
Burnley went with Stroker on the Commodore 64, as well as Travis, Stroker on the Commodore 64.
Man, I feel like we're
And Junior, you went with what was it called? Super Galdelic Hour. So I'm gonna do my elimination
the drum
here.
All right, that was our ghetto drum roll.
Travis
Oh crap.
and Baby Jesus.
What?
Or actually, who chose Stroker?
No, I
Burnley.
chose Hong Kong '97.
No, you didn't.
Burnley and Travis. Unfortunately, you're wrong. The game is not Stroker. That is a real game, and I will more than gladly show you videos
Okay.
after this segment.
That's incredible.
Junior, Super Galdelic Hour. Good guess, but wrong as well.
Too bad for you. I win. I don't lose. I win.
And George, congratulations, you also lost.
Oh, they actually released that?
That sounds like a game that some Democrat
The
would
fake
type up
game
somewhere.
was Babies Aren't Delicious. Akachin wa Ashide wa Armarisin.
What did you get that sing?
I went on Google Translate. That's
son of
actually
a
what
bitch.
it means.
I should have known that. I was like, out of all the Japanese games, like that one sounds like it was on Google Translate, but whatever. I should have known that one.
That one actually sounded real because you had the translation, but not only that,
I'm
but
getting good at this. I'm getting good at
But
tricking
the
you
one
guys.
about slapping a girl's the butt was real.
That's a
think I've
real
seen that
game.
one, though.
That is a real
That's what I
game.
was like, because that's a real game. So I assumed eating babies. Why not? The Japanese have done it somewhere. I'm sure everyone.
Now, what's kind of funny is the Hong Kong '97 game. You know, I told you that it was considered so bad that it's good. One of the things that made me laugh about it was was that the game was so messed up, had so many glitches that the game didn't have any sound effects, and the only music in it would loop throughout the whole game. And it was a 2-second clip that would loop over and over. And I'm gonna give you guys a taste of what that song sounds like.
Here we go.
Because just imagine this song looping over and over. So it loops that throughout the whole game. That's the only sound effect.
That would become highly addictive.
I really don't mind that. Is that on iTunes?
Actually, you know what? It might be because it's actually a song that was ripped. That's another reason this game was kind of interesting to me, because the company that made it, as soon as they released it, they disappeared from the face of the earth because the game was so offensive and it was using things that were copyrighted that they just disappeared off the face of the earth. So the dudes that made that are out there right now. They got away with it. Yeah, they just didn't want to get sued. But the song is actually called I Love Beijing Tiananmen, if you want to check that out on iTunes.
So 2 things on my list. I love Beijing
Chinaman and Super Gaijin.
and Super Galdelic Hour. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
Wow, you
I have my night set, guys.
You remember the name. So that's Poison Mushroom this week, guys, and nobody won again, and I'm proud. That means that I won twice.
Yeah, one of us is going to be one of us is going to become a winner here.
Win next week.
I came out a winner. I don't know about you guys.
Jeez.
Oh God. Wow.
All right, well, I guess that pretty much wraps us up here. We've been doing this for a good meaty while, haven't we? Go about an hour, I want to say. But
Probably an hour.
Yeah, so
good stuff though. Good stuff.
I guess listeners, follow us on Twitter at deadformatr. Send us questions, opinions, thoughts, whatever the hell you want. Just follow us too, if you like us on Facebook at Dead Format Reviews. One word on Facebook, right, George?
Yes.
One word sounds good. All right, working for me.
Yes.
And then, or you can send us there. You can like us, send us questions, concerns. Yet again, just bug us. We want
Concerns yet again.
we want feedback here, people. And then also send us emails at deadformatreviews@gmail.com. If those all sound accurate from our.
They should let us know about what we just talked about. You know, everything we just spoke about. Let us know what they think. What their opinion.
That's what we're saying.
If you want to play League
Bug
of
us.
Legends, add me, Kid Pomona.
Bug us.
Oh, no.
Send us whatever you would want. What you like, what you hated, what you want to see.
Specifically, what you hated, probably.
Yeah, we want to know. We want you guys involved.
And
Yeah.
if you guys know of any more games like Super Galdelic Hour, let me know personally. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Contact Junior there.
Yeah, that's right on.
Alright, that about does it for Speak Geek this week, guys. I'm Pedro.
I'm George.
I'm Burnley.
I'm Travis.
I'm Junior.
Get out there and speak some geek.